This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
The time right now is 6:53. It's time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles breaking down the latest information on explosive overnight protests happening on college campuses.
Mark is tracking isolated showers and plenty of clouds in the forecast today.
But first, an early morning crash on I-90 killed 2 people and closed I-90 for hours. It just opened minutes ago. Let's get to Allison Martinez with breaking details.
That's right. Just a few minutes ago, this stretch of I-90 finally opened after several hours of miles of slowdowns. Now, according to WSP, around 2:30 in the morning, a 24-year-old woman was driving the wrong way along I-90 and collided with a 59-year-old man. That man and the woman are dead this morning. Now, WSP says at this point, it has not been determined whether drugs or alcohol were involved, but it doesn't appear that way. For more updates, you can head over to our website, KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
And more breaking news. The Spokane Fire Department just reported a marine rescue underway at East Upriver Drive and North Cuba Street. We are working to gather more information. We will have the very latest coming up for you during Good Morning America.
The man accused in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students returns to court today. Attorneys for Bryan Kohberger will ask a judge not to close an upcoming hearing where they will ask him to compel the state to hand over certain evidence. Now, prosecutors argue some of that material introduced has already been sealed, and both sides could be damaged if that information is made public in a court hearing. And we will be streaming that hearing for you to watch live on your TV's KXLY Plus app. That's free to download. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning.
So a freeze warning until 9 a.m. along I-90 all the way to Moses Lake. In our first alert weather, you can see Ritzville now warming to 34, but Moses Lake at 29 degrees, Colville at 28, 29 into Coeur d'Alene. So the cold weather is here. Tracking this next system that's going to come in for the weekend. Friday looking great, but it's going to be Saturday that we see the rain showers really come in. Should be a pretty wet day. Our forecast today, increasing clouds. We're going to have some scattered light showers and a high of 62 degrees.
Spokane Valley Fire investigators have ruled Tuesday's deadly house fire in Newman Lake an accident. The identity of the man who died in the fire has not yet been released. As firefighters raced to the scene about 5 minutes into the fire, firefighters were told the man who lived in the home was missing. As the house was engulfed in flames, crews were not able to safely enter the home. The man's body could not be recovered for hours. The Newman Lake Fire Chief said the family of the man who died has been notified.
2 teenagers have been arrested for a drive-by shooting at Chief Gary Park. Spokane police say 18-year-old Hunter Simmons and a 17-year-old joined an argument between a number of young people at one side of the park Tuesday night. Someone fired shots and then the 2 drove away. Patrol officers detained them and found a gun in the vehicle. They're charged with the drive-by shooting. Anyone who knows any information about this should call Crime Check 509-456-2233.
More college campuses in crisis as protests over Israel's war in Gaza grow more confrontational. Protesters clashing with police, and then this morning in California, police arresting several people on UCLA's campus. In Oregon, at Portland State University, protesters barricading themselves inside the library since Monday. In New York City, new video shows police clearing out an indoor encampment at Fordham University, arresting at least 15 people. This comes after the NYPD made hundreds of arrests at Columbia and City University Tuesday night.
And Gonzaga joins the long list of schools where protesters have gathered to demand change. Students are pressing the university to release its financial investments and divest from weapons manufacturers. Protesters say that includes companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon. Now, Gonzaga says it is sending the community's request to divest from arms manufacturers and Israeli-backed corporations to the university's Board of Trustees and Investment Committee.
Wilson Elementary Principal Christine Admire resigned. That resignation comes after a weekly newsletter in March upset some parents, students, and community members. It featured a music event that asked parents to dress students up as slaves and hobos. It was written by a music teacher, not the principal. The Spokane School District has appointed another principal to step in for Admire.
The city of Spokane is replacing its parking meters again. This time it says 200 dual space meters will be replaced with 400 single space meters. Replacements in the blocks shaded in red will begin on Monday, while a second round of swap outs in the gray area will happen later this year. The city says it's moving to a single space meters in the core will streamline the current parking space reservation process and improve customer experience. We'll have a last check of weather next.